Hello everyone, welcome once again into another video, and Fanatec finally started delivering their ClubSport DD pluses, and so I got mine. Mine was delivered a couple of days ago, and this is exactly what we are going to be discussing today. So this is not a full review, this is just my first impression video, and you guys asked me a lot of questions. I really want to answer most of those questions. So most of the questions were, how is the base? Does it feel better than the GT DD Pro that I was using before? Is it the same? What are the settings? So the general question was, is it better than the GT DD Pro? From my understanding and from my perspective, my lap times were not significantly improved. I think maybe I did like a 10.5 faster lap time, but I cannot exclude more track time out of the whole equation. So at this point, I cannot say that it's better than the GT DD Pro that I was using, and of course, I was using a 5 Nm wheelbase. This new quick release system, so the new quick release system is here, and you can see how easy it is to actually remove the wheel. So now this Formula V2.5 actually became a much more expensive wheel because I got the module on it, and I also installed this QR2 Pro, which is, yeah, it's really nice looking. It's a nice looking quick release system, and you can actually see how it works like. So it's simple as it possibly can be. So putting this thing onto the rig is absolutely amazing. One of the best quick release systems that I've seen. Moza has similar. Moza has actually, in my personal opinion, Moza had the best quick release system, but I think this is a little bit better. I mean, I do have to test it out in the long run just to see if it's actually worth it or not. So the whole process, installation is not that difficult. You just need to unscrew a couple of these bolts, and well, yeah, that's pretty much about it. It took me like 7 minutes to put this together, so it wasn't really that difficult. And the installation on the wheelbase now looks like this. And that's it. So as simple as that. It only takes like a second or 2 seconds. So basically I just gotta aim and shoot, I guess. And I know a lot of you guys asked me this thing. Is it actually better to move up the force feedback 100% on the wheel and then exclude it or just reduce it in the game? Or is it gonna be vice versa? You're gonna just lower it down on the wheelbase and then you're gonna put a higher setting in the game. The understanding of Gran Turismo and how bases work in Gran Turismo is that you should always put the maximum amount of force on the wheelbase and then you lower it down in the game. I tried that, but then I felt like all of the things that I was doing were like too abrupt. The changes of direction. I really had too much information. I was constantly focused on, well, can I get into this turn? I was too focused about the wheel that I wasn't focused on getting my time down, which essentially is the whole point of this. You want to have a high performance wheelbase because you want your lap times to go down. And that's essentially the thing. I kind of found the middle point, which is just about 7 in the game. So the force feedback is at 7 in the game, and I lower it down on the wheelbase to 35. You should always lower the in-game force feedback, and you should always have your force feedback on the wheelbase all the way to 100%. I'm talking about GT7 now, don't roast me in the comments. So iRacing, ACC and all of the other sims are different. So this is just for GT. And of course you will get more information that if you do it this way. To me it seemed like I was fighting the wheel too much. And I think I had too much information, which wasn't exactly the thing that I was looking for. I wanted a little bit more information, but not to a point where I'm actually fighting the car, I'm fighting the wheel just to make it turn in. That's not the point. The point was performance and actually getting that right feel on the track, and that's exactly what I think I got with this one. So it's kind of in the middle. I mean, it's kind of 5 out of 10, not exactly on the, let's say, high level of detail, but also absolutely no detail at all. So it's kind of in between the balance. I'm trying to balance performance and the actual feel that I'm getting from the wheel. So that was the thing that I've just wanted to say in this one, because I've seen a lot of questions out there, I've seen a lot of comments, so I think this pretty much covers it up. The settings are going to be down in the description if you want to find them out, and they're pretty simple. In my opinion, if you want to, let's say, reduce something, you can just lower the settings a little bit, and I think it's going to be fine. Just the force feedback, a couple of clicks down, and it's going to be perfectly fine. Another point that I wanted to address was performance and the track time. So the track time actually got down. So on Suzuka, I was able to improve my lap time by 0.2. And yes, I cannot say that I can exclude all of the previous experience that I got with the GT DD Pro, which is, well, we should put that into account. So I don't think this is realistically 0.2. in my personal opinion, even if I got a 10th down, I would be really happy with that. So I'm just gonna say, so it's not a huge performance boost. It will not make you instantly quicker. Maybe if you're transitioning from, let's say, a G29 or something like that, yes. But I primarily bought this one for ACC and iRacing, where you just need to reduce the gain to achieve the maximum performance. Otherwise, the base will be clipping. And clipping is something, just think of it as the force feedback freezes at the point when you reach the maximum. And that's not exactly what you want to have. And that's exactly why I bought the high performance wheelbase. So if your intention is to play this one with, let's say, you want to play Gran Turismo, you also want to play ACC, you want to play iRacing, yes, this might be for you. But, you know, from my personal point of view and my perspective, as I'm, you know, a GT7, mostly GT7 driver, if you're primarily buying this to play Gran Turismo, I think the GT DD Pro is just about enough. Maybe at one point you will say, okay, let's try this one out, but at this point I would say for 99% of you out there, the GT DD Pro will be enough. 15 Newton meters, it's nice, I love it. I'm probably not gonna use even maybe 5, well, I'm gonna use probably 5 Newton meters in total. So I'm using just about 33% of the total output, but in the end, we'll see if it's better in the long run or not. So this is just the first impression video. So in the end, I would say, yes, I will make a dedicated review about this video in just about 2 to 3 weeks, maybe a month. I'm gonna give it some time. I'm not gonna do this just to do a review out there. I really want to have some experience and try ACC, iRacing, Gran Turismo. I want to try everything, and I really want to try it in kind of a longer run, just to see if it's, you know, if it's working or not. But okay, the total point is you don't need more than 5 Newton meters. That's as simple as it is. I know a lot of people say, okay, you know what, I need more, I need just more. It's okay, you probably need more, but personally for me, more than 5 Newton meters is sometimes just about okay. For, I believe, 90% of you out there, 5 Newton meters is just gonna be enough. What's the point? The point is to avoid clipping in other racing games. That's why I bought this wheel. The quick release system, on the other hand, is, well, it's okay. It's not, in my opinion, it's not revolutionary. It's just, you know, it's a better one. You know, we can just see how simple it actually is to change it from one wheel to another wheel. I'm only using this wheel now, but I'm probably gonna upgrade a couple of my other wheels in the future. So changing wheels, it's much easier. The quick release system is a little bit better, but it's not a game changer. So it's not gonna improve your lap times. In the end, I could say that with the right settings, with the right approach, this wheelbase should slightly improve your lap times. I'm not saying about seconds. If you're seconds off, that's probably something more into it, just saying. But if you're, let's say, a high rated driver already, this can realistically help you maybe a 10th. I'm not even saying if it's going to be like a 10th, 10th and a half, a little bit more consistency maybe. In general, direct drives are already very precise. So this thing is even more precise, but I don't think a lot of people out there will really notice the difference. So that's pretty much about it for today. If you got any more questions, please let me know down in the comments and I will try to answer them. So that was pretty much it for this first impression video. So guys, thank you once again for watching me, and until the next time, bye.